having relevance having relevance with performance analysis or performance management are taken for study. This third topic is having, although financial methods which are adopted, implemented, and analyzed for purchase of new things, uh, new items which are costlier than routine one. But what is capital budgeting? When at home or even in our personal life as an individual, we buy many costly things. That may be a mobile handset, a two-wheeler, even a four-wheeler, and we decide thoroughly which option to choose. And when we are investing for that particular product or service, what we are opting, we think of investment sources, we think of payment option, we think of returns which that product or service is giving to us, and we think of a profit what as an individual we are earning. When a person, a man or a woman, is buying two-wheeler, that may be for tangible or intangible returns. A woman buying two-wheeler, non-geared, Activa, Dio, Eterno, Uno, Access, Vespa, whatever model it may be, her intention or her purpose of buying that two-wheeler is to make transportation as a process smooth, because by traveling bus, by traveling train, or by traveling local transport, she is finding it difficult. She can't have convenience, and if her routine is getting disturbed, she think of buying a two-wheeler. A man buying product like Royal Enfield Bullet or costly car like Audi Q3, Audi Q4, Audi Q series, Audi series, in short, what his purpose is, he is satisfying his status quo. Transportation is not a purpose for him while buying 88 lakh or 1 crore rupees car, that he can satisfy even by 3.5 lakh four-wheeler also. So these all factors, when we buy a particular product or service, we do have certain options to choose. Then we think of which best alternate we can opt for. Then we think of investing or for that particular buying. Should we buy by paying all the money in cash? Should we buy it in installment? Should we avail that facility by paying through EMI? Or we should have replaced selling old one and buying it at new one? These all factors are considered when we are buying certain product. That may be consumer durables, home appliances, automobiles, or electronics and electrical devices which are costly by nature and are not purchased frequently. When we buy FMCG product for personal care or family care or food product, we don't think much because investment is less and we do it repeatedly. So we can't keep much specific choice and we don't think too deep when we are buying FMCG product or routine product. But when we buy certain products, we think thoroughly. The same way in capital budgeting, whenever any company, especially when company is in profit, and whatever money they have earned, instead of distributing it, in spite of distribution like bonus, incentive, if profit is remaining with company and company is thinking of its future to make it more stable and secure, with profit they earn, they invest it in other field, other sectors, or within the company. They buy something that is giving them more advancement in their manufacturing process, serving customers, or any other type of work what company is doing on routine basis. So this is how relevant to capital budgeting. What is stated here, I am making the screen larger. Capital budgeting is made up of two words, and they are capital and budgeting. With this reference, capital expenditure is the spending of funds for large expenditures like purchasing fixed assets and equipment, repairs to fixed assets or equipment, research and development, expansion, and the like. Budgeting is setting. Now we will look into budgeting. One word, capital, and the next one is budgeting. Budgeting is setting targets for projects to ensure maximum profitability. What is stated here? Capital expenditure is the spending of funds for large expenditures. Large expenditures, when company is doing, that is not done frequently, once in a year, once in a 6 month, once in a 2 financial quarters of month, quarters of the year, that they are doing. Now, purchasing fixed assets and equipment. Students, I want you to participate when I am conducting lecture, even if it is online or classroom. Now, please let me know what all are fixed assets and equipments. What could be quoted as example for fixed assets? This simple question you can't answer?
The building, plant and machinery, equipments in factory, that all are fixed asset.
See, fixed assets, land, first of all, land owned by the company, building owned by the company, furniture owned by the company, equipments owned by the company. These all are fixed assets. Okay. Educational institute, what fixed assets they do have? Land, building, classroom, furniture like tables, benches, blackboard, whiteboard, laboratories. Within laboratories, all the glass equipments required for performing practicals or research, microscope. In this detail, I am explaining. So please be fair, or please be what I mean to say, openly ask questions so that we can go ahead. Now, what is the meaning of assets? Assets which are not movable most of the time, kept at one place, used by company, organization, institute, factory for almost all reasons, and very frequently these assets require maintenance and repair also, and these assets always available in their advanced version when company want to buy. So these all things are there. Now I am giving you one example. What is given here? Repairs to fixed assets or equipment. Now repair is okay. There are annual maintenance contract, repair contract done with outside parties, and these all things are taken care. Now advancement of fixed assets. What microscope was used in year 2000, the same version is not used today. What version of Tally was used in 2010, the same version is not used today in any accounting firm. So these all things as advanced version are used by company, and they are not assets, but they are equipments. So assets are larger in size, fixed by nature, and not purchased frequently compared with equipment. Please try to understand. Research and development. This particular thing is very important for survival of company. When any company do have its R&D department, and special permission is also required, there are lots of red tape bureaucracy, at least in India, for having start of R&D. R&D itself could be a big company which is doing research for companies who are in marketing and manufacturing. Try to understand, R&D only could be a company wherein research is done on agricultural product, research is done on animal food, cattle feed, research is done on human diseases or animal diseases, research is done on financial assets or financial products, what type of insurance we can design for a bachelor who is living in semi-urban area. This could be part and parcel of research for financial services. So these all things are research and development. When we are hiring a particular R&D department personnel for specific task, a company is facing problem for their newly launched product. It is in its product life cycles growth stage, but growth is not happening according to their expectation. What R&D can do, they can go in market, have market survey, have retail audit, come up with their report. They can take feedback from customers, and their research report will advise company that these all are the problems what customers do have, what inconvenience they do face, what compared to other products your product is lacking, and that way they can buy R&D services also. So this is how these all factors are relevant with capital budgeting. Expansion and the like means expansion and likewise other processes. ITC, any idea what type of services or products ITC do have? ITC as a company, you heard?
FMCG.
Yes,
ITC.
they have food, cold drinks, tobacco.
Yeah, Indian Tobacco Company, my dear friend, and the company's name itself is having tobacco. Now, ITC with its expansion came up in which sector? You have any idea? Tourism and hospitalization, hospitality, not these hospitals where patients are getting admitted. Tourism and hospitality means like tour package of 4 nights, 5 days, or palace hotels, which are very much popular in India, having a historical background. They are in purchase of these type of hotels, and this expansion for them resulted very well. ITC as a tour operator is now very much famous, popular. Search one or the other time with typing ITC on Google search engine, you will come to know. Many companies within garment sector move to other garment sectors, from men's wear to children wear, from men's wear to uniform or company uniform sector. They are having such type of expansion. Otherwise, business will not maintain its meaning of growth within one sector. Remaining too long time won't result into higher profit. That's very simple. So they are coming into expansion. I have enough explanation given for first slide only. Now let's move ahead. What is capital budgeting? Capital budgeting is a process of evaluating investment and huge expenses in order to obtain the best returns on investment. An organization is often faced with challenges of selecting between two projects. There may be two projects which are about to be bought by a company. Investment or the buy versus replace decision. Ideally, an organization would like to invest in all profitable projects, but due to the limitation on the availability of capital, an organization has to choose between different projects or investments. Capital budgeting as a concept affects our daily lives. Now I will go back in the decade of 1960s, where most of the head offices of those days popular companies were located in place like Mumbai, and manufacturing units also were located in Mumbai. Head office, HR, manufacturing, all the things were, and even warehouses, everything was located at Mumbai for those days popular companies who used to have their product circulation throughout India. Some of those companies were having their services sold to, having their products sold to outer countries also. Now, in due course of time, after 1980s decade, 1990s decade, when license Raj got removed, red tape bureaucracy became extinct, became rare, and most of the companies came in the Mumbai as marketer, as competitor with others. Population growth happened very rapidly. Migrant population shifted to Mumbai like anything. Prices of land, building, infrastructure raised like anything, and much more in much more multifold than gold or silver. Now, what happened to these companies who used to have manufacturing, who used to have HR, and who used to have warehouses in Mumbai? They shifted their manufacturing and other operations to places like Pune, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Nashik, and main cities of different states. Because communication devices like email, internet came for their help. And this type of decisions are always required to be taken by company so that they can save cost, and the same saved money could be used elsewhere. So this is how capital budgeting works. Here one simple example taken for your understanding, and what is meant by capital budgeting, how it works for company compared with as an individual. What example here given is, your mobile phone has stopped working. Our mobile phone is having some problem, it is not working. In this situation, we have two choices, either to buy a new one or to get the mobile repaired. Now what we think, when we are repairing the mobile, definitely repair cost will be lower. When we are buying new mobile, its cost is much higher than repair cost. In such situation, repair will be a better option. Now what happens after repair? No one is giving you guarantee that it will serve, it will work without any trouble for next 1 year, without any trouble for next 2 years. And in such situation, the same repair can be required within a year for 2 times, 3 times, or more than that. Because internal spare parts, no one is giving guarantee, especially those people who are doing repair of mobile. In such situation, what you think, if there is a chance or possibility of repairing the same handset next 2 or 3 times in a year, and the cost of repair in next 6 months or 1 year is coming to equal or more than new mobile, it's better to buy new handset at this moment, right now. So this is how budgeting for capital expenditure is done. As an individual, we think of buying new. As a company, they also think of buying new instead of repairing it on regular basis. Now, you must have seen lift as a service is given to many buildings. These days, lifts are digital one, and they are operated smoothly. Without any liftman also, you can use it. Their nature of usage is user friendly. What happens, instead of keeping the old lift, which is narrow, congested, they are installing new design, new model of lift, wherein other facilities which are not there in previous model are included. So that way they prefer to have new model, new version, a completely new product or completely new service instead of having old one. This is how capital budgeting is explained. Now, capital expenditures are huge and have a long-term effect. Definitely, capital expenditures we have seen in last 1.5 year. Pfizer, AstraZeneca, both companies together with Serum Institute of India have spent $1 million in research and development of vaccine, when the whole world was looking to them with high hope. And answer for this particular virus was required as early as possible. At the earliest, they came up with this vaccine. Now, this vaccine was not prepared or not the result of just few peoples coming together, having some mixing and then coming up with vaccine. No, they have studied thoroughly. They have went through different types of possibilities. They have taken tests. They have taken approvals, and then they are coming with one universal appeal vaccine. That's the reason capital expenditures are huge. When you are buying an industrial plot, it is much costlier than residential plot. Industrial plots are always much bigger in size than residential, and based on that industrial plot size, buildings constructed are also having initial investment in huge amount that may go in crores of rupees. If you had been to Pimpri Chinchwad MIDC or Pune MIDC or Chakan like area, you will come to know. You just have one round in Chakan or Talegaon MIDC, the place where I used to live. General Motors campus, I mean to say campus is used for educational institute, but General Motors company area is almost half kilometer. If you start from one point and reach at the other end, you are traveling 500-meter distance. This much big premises they do have. So their initial investment when they came to India, GM when came to Pune was huge one. So this is all relevant to capital expenditure. So while performing a capital budgeting analysis, an organization must keep the following objects in mind. What they are: selecting profitable project, capital expenditure control, and finding the right source of funds. So these all factors are relevant with capital budgeting expenditures or objectives of capital budgeting. What is the process followed for capital budgeting? Identifying investment opportunities. Now, most of the developed countries like European continent countries, American continent, Japan, even China sees our country India, and developing stage countries like India, Brazil, even Sri Lanka, where political stability is there for very long duration. No religious chaos is there or fights are there. And these countries' GDP per capita income is in growing stage continuously for last 10 years, 20 years. And there's no possibility of degrowth and by any other reason. These developed countries are always eager to invest in such countries for their expansion. That may be automobile, that may be garment, that may be any other sector like civil aviation. These metro projects which are in progress in Pune, in Nagpur, within Maharashtra, in Mumbai. When it comes to Mumbai, only one project is completely successful and operating from Warsaw to Ghatkopar. Only one line of metro is operating. Another 16 lines are working in progress. So for company like L&T, they are big opportunities. They have to identify investment opportunities. The heavy machinery which is used for digging, from where they are bringing them, they are brought from Japan. So these all factors, please try to understand. Investment opportunities are sourced by full-time employed people of these companies. Now, within Mumbai or for sake of Maharashtra, a open tender, what it is said as global tender for Covishield and Covaxin is been given by Mumbai Municipal Corporation. Heard of this? So who will have opportunity for this global tender? Those companies who are manufacturing and marketing these two vaccines. So they are like investment opportunities for those companies who are selling them. So an organization needs to first identify an investment opportunity. It may be metro line, it may be agricultural development, it may be road construction, it may be human disease, it may be any other living standard material which is required to be sold throughout country. So that all are investment opportunities. An investment opportunity can be anything from a new business line to product expansion to purchasing a new asset. Here example given, a company finds two new products that they can add to their product line. Two new products to be added in product line. That product line may be cosmetics, personal care, family usage, automobiles, or any other. So those two products required to be added as investment opportunity. Now, evaluation of investment proposal need to be done. Once an investment opportunity has been recognized, an organization needs to evaluate its options for investment. That is to say, once it is decided the new products should be added to the product line, the next step would be deciding on how to acquire these products. These products, when to be acquired, either they needed to be manufactured by having that products license for manufacturing. All the formalities required to be completed by company, or a manufacturer who's already having its license and manufacturing these products, they need to buy it in bulk quantity from him. So there might be multiple ways of acquiring them. Some of these products could be manufactured in in-house manufacturing as a process, manufactured by outsourced manufacturing, or purchased from the market. Outsourcing manufacturing process. Outsourcing manufacturing process is for limited time duration. A manufacturer could be bulk drug manufacturer. You are giving him specific combination to be prepared, and that in specific quantity in scheduled time. That is what related to outsourcing manufacturing. And purchase from market. What happens when we are purchasing from market? What is the difference between outsourcing manufacturing and direct purchase from the market? When we are outsourcing, product is not yet made, product is not yet produced. But when we purchase from the market, it is quite possible that it is already available. It is already available. So try to understand. Now, choosing a profitable investment. How to choose a profitable investment? Once the investment opportunities are identified and all proposals are evaluated, an organization needs to decide the most profitable investment and select it. While selecting a particular project, an organization may have to use the technique of capital rationing to rank the projects as per returns and select the best option available. In our example, where we have to select two products or we have to add two products in product line, existing product line, the company here has to decide what is more profitable for them, manufacturing or purchasing one or both of the products, or scrapping the idea of acquiring both. When proposal for investment is made, it is not mandatory or compulsory to do that investment. That proposal will have frequent meetings by top management, middle management. Actual survey will be done. That survey report also, along with investment proposal, will be studied. And if the product which are to be added in existing product line do have any scope, that will be studied. And then they will decide whether to scrap the idea or to go for that particular product to add. Now, capital budgeting and distribution. After the project is selected, an organization needs to fund this project. This is again one interesting step which required to be completed, and without fund, just on paper, nothing can happen. So to fund the project, it needs to identify the sources of funds and allocate it accordingly. What sources of funds could be reserves, investments, loans, or any other available channel? One question, students, here for you people. The sources of these funds could be reserves. Reserve means companies having funds with them already. As company is running in profit, or initial investment of the company has mandatory reserves because they do have plan to invest it in future for some better opportunities. These reserves are used. Apart from profits shared by shareholders, by employees, by top management, by given incentive, by given bonus, and all other monetary rewards, still profit is remaining with company, which is kept in reserves in continuity for 3, 5, and 10 years, 10 financial years. This is what reserve. The next source of fund is investments. Okay, students, my question is, investments means what apart from reserves? You got my question? Sources of funds for a company could be, for an organization could be reserves. Company do have with them reserves. Investments means what? Any idea you can give? Are you all there?
Yes.
Yes, be little louder.
Yes, sir.
Investments means shares, isn't it? Where companies not investing from their own pocket, but that capital is raised from outer sources, and that is used for purchase of capital items, where risk of loss or risk of losing funds is lesser. Reserves as a investment is having risk. Investment by outer sources, wherein shares are openly sold. 51% of investment from company, remaining 49 from open market. These all have investments. bonds. Heard of bonds? Mutual funds. These all things are investments, loans, or any other available channel. So this is what required for capital budget. Sources of funds are collected by these manners. Again, performance review. Here, review of whatever is invested is done. The last step in the process of capital budgeting is reviewing the investment, whether the investment done is in proper place at proper right time. Initially, the organization had selected a particular investment for a predicted return. They do have some predictions that this much percentage of return will come to them. So now they will compare the investment expected performance to the actual performance. Now, if expected performance is equal to actual performance, definitely their investment is in profit. In our example, when the screening for the most profitable investment happened, an expected return would have been worked out. Once the investment is made, the products are released in the market. The profits earned from its sales should be compared to the sales expected returns. This will help in the performance review. Earlier, what is they are doing that expected performance in units or in rupee value or in combination of both will be designed. Then investment will be done. Then returns will be calculated and performance actual will be calculated and difference will be also studied. So this is how performance review is done. Now capital budgeting techniques. What all are the capital budgeting techniques used? They are important part of study for this third chapter's introduction. Now to assist the organization in selecting the best investment, there are various techniques available based on the comparison of cash inflows and outflows. Cash inflow, whatever investment is done, whatever sale we are doing, whatever manufacturing selling we are doing, what return as cash we as a company organization we are getting, that is cash inflow. When outflow is considered raw material purchase, advertising cost, transportation, octroi, taxes, then other repair, maintenance, these all are outflows. So comparison of cash inflow and outflow. Based on this, there are different techniques. The first one is payback period method. Then next is net present value. The third is accounting rate of return. And fourth, last one is profitability index. These are few techniques of capital budgeting. One by one, we will look into net present value. Net present value is calculated by taking the difference between the present value of cash inflow. What cash inflow at present we do have in rupees and the present value of cash outflow over a period of time. Over a period of time, the investment with a positive net present value will be considered. In case there are multiple projects, the project with a higher net present value is more likely to be selected. Now here one sentence is the investment with a positive net present value. How positive net present value could be achieved? When value of cash inflow is more than value of cash outflow, will it be positive? Or when value of cash outflow is more and value of cash inflow is less, in which situation net present value will be more? Net present value will be positive.
When inflow is more.
Yes. you are required to have inflow of cash more. That means your company is running in profit. Your organization is doing well. Cash inflow, cash coming from other sources to your company is more than cash you are spending at your own and giving it to other parties. So when your cash inflow is more, net present value is positive. And when net present value is positive, there are multiple projects. The projects with a higher net present value can be selected. The next point is payback period method. In this technique, the entity calculates the time period required to earn the initial investment of the project or investment. The project or investment with the shortest duration is opted for. This is something simple, easy to calculate. How it is done? Payback period method. When we are investing one in a project A, after our investment, our returns will start coming to us in duration of 90 days. This is one project A. There is one project B where we are investing and what is returns will be coming after 180 days. What happens? Project A, as per payback period method, is much better than project B. Now, there are projects like bamboo plantation and teak plantation. These two projects for budgeting and with payback period method. When it comes to bamboo plantation, after 5 years investment, bamboo as a plant grows to its maximum height after 5 years. First 5 years, there won't be any profit. When it comes to teak plantation requires more than 5 years. Even after 5 to 7 years also, teak plantations cannot give you profit by cutting them and selling them. Compared to its bamboo and teak plantation, sandalwood plantation again do have different time duration. So when a person or a farmer is using specific investment technique for plantation of tree, he is looking into which particular plant will be having sellable value after cutting, after pruning, after making it sellable, loading it in truck, selling it to market or sending it to market. How much time duration I have to wait? That depends on payback period method. Accounting rate of return. In this technique, the total net income of the investment is divided by the initial or average investment. Total net income of the investment. Net income, please try to understand word by word. Total net income of the investment is divided by the initial or average investment to derive at the most profitable investment. To derive at the most profitable investment. This is calculated by taking average of investment done and returns received. Okay. Now, internal rate of return. Internal rate of return for net present value computation, a discount rate is used. Discount rate is used. Internal rate of return is the rate at which the net present value becomes zero. When net present value can become zero, because NPV just now we studied or I have explained you. NPV is equal to zero. When this situation can come? When cash inflow is equal to cash outflow. net present value becomes 0. Got the point? The project with higher internal rate of return is usually selected. The last method of capital budgeting investment, profitability index. Profitability index is the ratio of the present value of future cash flow of the project to the initial investment required for the project. Profitability index as a method is the ratio of present value of future cash flow of the project to the initial investment required for the project. Each technique comes with inherent advantages and disadvantages. That has to happen. An organization needs to use the best suited technique to assist it in budgeting. It can also select different techniques and compare the results to derive at the best profitable projects. These all are the different methods of profitability index like IRR, accounting rate of return, payback period, and NPV. These all are capital budgeting techniques. Now, with present market and not of last 1.5 years, those all companies who are in profit, it is a general trend observed by the market and research companies that they are investing in their own existing organization as well as other fields or sectors where they can go for merger, acquisition, alliance. All these things are again having part of capital budgeting. Certain companies who used to go by traditional way and those who were not been able to sustain with the changing technological development or market changes, either they went out of market or they got merged with big sized companies. And in this situation, most of the bigger sized companies have acquired smaller companies. And if an automobile company feels that insurance as a sector to invest and to work out is having huge potential, they are coming into that also. Around 2-3 days or 2-3 lectures before, I have given you example. Reliance came up with Religare. This is capital budgeting investment decision taken by Reliance as a company, top management. Then Bajaj came up with Allianz. Again, Tata went to AIG. There are again PNB, Punjab National Bank, with one international insurance company. Even banks do have alliance with insurance companies. They are working out, helping each other and generating profit. For country, continental country like India, where population is around 135 crore. And when we think of insurance as a segment, hardly 2 or 3% people are insured. Remaining 97% market is till to date available for insurance segment to work. Now I am coming to the same point of lockdown, COVID pandemic. People realized importance of medical insurance, health insurance in last 1 year. Cashless facility was availed, not enjoyed, availed by those people whose family member was suffering by this corona disease, COVID-19 disease. So these all factors have created awareness also for health insurance, and many companies who are in manufacturing coming in services, those who are in services coming in manufacturing, and that way they are expanding their horizons so that they can get more profit. Foreign direct investment in India so far was 50% only. From Feb 2021, it has raised up to 74%. Now, with this foreign direct investment level raised from 50 to 74%, what will happen? Organized retail sales will increase. By having tie-up with foreign multinational retailers, Indian retailers will operate in Indian market. These all factors plays very important role when it comes to capital budgeting. Again, why companies are taking chance or trying to find out opportunity in other sectors? Because existing companies are going well, are in profit, and much more market with its size is not yet tackled. Now, one important factor here is to quote our rural population once upon a time was much higher, around 70% than urban population. Now you must be having idea that almost 45% of population of total India is now residing in urban area and remaining 55 is in rural area. So when population migrates from rural area to urban, their lifestyle changes. Their requirements of day-to-day life and demands changes. Education has much importance, more importance in urban area than in rural area. Education to be given to women, girls is more in favor when it comes to urban area. So such things generate requirement and market come up with design services, customized services for these particular requirements. We have seen insurance as a segment, and insurance companies have designed policy only for COVID-19. You just have to pay certain amount of premium and you will be getting benefit up to or claim up to 1 lakh rupee. So these all factors are relevant with market requirement also. Literacy rate is increasing, transportation facilities and infrastructure is moving, improving, having progress. People's awareness for their own health and family health is in rise. And in such situation, those companies who are in business of manufacturing for several years, that may be Bajaj, that may be Tata, or that may be oil refinery like Reliance, they come up with services sector for customized service also. So these all things are relevant with capital budgeting. Where to invest, how to invest, which one as an option is much better than others. So these all things are relevant. Selecting profitable project, having control over the capital expenditure. So this way we can go ahead. And products which are user friendly, although they are technical, acquire customers' mind quickly. And that particular thing helps manufacturer as well as seller to gain more profit. This is what's seen by market in last 10 years. Mobile once upon a time was used to be a costly product at first place. And second thing, it was perception of common people that it is difficult to operate. Now what happened? Reliance made it very cheaper, and it came to know for every common citizen that mobile as a device is a user friendly and cheaper one. So they accepted it at very fast rate. Although technically advanced handsets start coming every new week, every other week, there was no difference in its sale. So this is all relevant with investment opportunities sourced by companies, and then they are jumping into those particular sectors. Even if it is banking, insurance, financial services, like manufacturing, like automobiles, or other manufacturing sectors like cattle feed, fertilizers, pesticides, weedicides. These all things do have their own potential, and they are again sourcing for other potential segments too. So this is what relevant to capital budgeting. We do have in our hand another 5 minutes. I would like to one almost all of you are working.
Yes, sir.
All 19 students are working.
No, sir.
Yeah. Now, if you are working for any popular company, whatever it may be, you must have seen that company started humbly with one particular sector, and when it started growing, they entered into other sectors too. If the company is of a popular name, you can try this capital budgeting to your own company wherein you are working as a employee. That may be any company. So this is what happens with capital budgeting, and this particular example you can apply to your own organization also. So I will stop here. Another 4 minutes are there. If you have any doubt or any instructions given, you can discuss with me. Tomorrow, even tomorrow also, I will be having 6 to 7 lecture for enterprise performance management, and day after tomorrow, please remember our session will be between 7 to 8, and that is for retailing analytics. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, 4 methods like net present value, internal rate of return, other 2 are there, profitability index. Their numerical is not expected. You just have to write a theoretical explanation. And if you are giving example of any company, but with precise example, you will be able to get good marks. Now, with multiple choice questions, there is little scope for numericals. Even case study in multiple choice question have little scope. That is possible when a case study is given on theoretical topics, and there are 4, 5, or 6 multiple choice questions for one case study. So that way MCQ can be used for case study. But numericals in short will be there, not complicated and stepwise longer numericals just for 1 mark, because one particular problem itself in numericals for such type of study is a for big question also. Question for 14 marks or 10 marks. So numericals won't be there. Now I will leave the meeting. Thank you all.